I broke a rock. Well, hello and welcome to another 6th Gen Farmer. Today we are ripping, but it's a little different because it's kind of a snowstorm outside. Visibility is not very good. Our acreage is about a quarter mile that direction. You can kind of see the outline of the trees right there, but it, for, what is the date today? For October 28th, I would say this is a pretty big snowstorm. We've already got like a quarter inch of snow out of it, but we've been behind on ripping just because the weather hasn't been that great. It's been raining a lot lately, but now it's getting cold enough. The top is actually getting a little bit hard, and we're actually able to maintain traction. I'm anywhere from like 1 to 3% slippage. And even though it's snowing out, me and like 3 other neighbors, which if there wasn't a snowstorm we'd be able to see them, are out ripping right now, and it's actually working absolutely gorgeous. This. I think the chisel plow is going right now too, so let me double check that. Yeah, yep. The chisel plow is also going as we speak. Just for some reason, digging seems to be going really well right now. I mean, when I say like neighbors are out, I mean like when I drove from the last field to this field, this is not, I'm kind of starting my video halfway through the day here. What in the heck is that? I thought it was a disc or something. It's just a big wad of dirt. Speaking of which, neighbor's quad track is driving behind me as we speak. But when it comes to digging into snow, this is only like my second time I've ever done this in my life. The first time was with the 8320R, and we used to have a little blue, like 5-shank DMI ripper or something, like 5 or 6 shank. I don't remember how many shank it was, but the 8320R can pull it pretty good. And I was in like 6th grade when we did that, and I haven't dug in the snow since. So kind of a fun experience. It's warm in here. Got my heated seat on. You know, you get those like, I want some hot chocolate vibes, but all I got is cold water. Now, if only I could get the Bluetooth to work in here, I could watch Monty Python while ripping in the snow. But typical John Deere tractors, you know, Bluetooth doesn't work. Other than the brand new buy-sell tractors, has anyone ever had a John Deere tractor where Bluetooth actually works? Like, I can always connect my phone, but I can never actually do anything with it. In order to pass through the forest of the knights who say me, you need to bring us one shrubbery. For those of you guys who have not seen this movie, you are very confused right now. All Monty Python quotes aside, 9570 is actually handling this thing fantastic. We got a 9-shank ripper. I would really like to go to an 11, but 9-shank ripper, we're going 7.5 miles per hour with a roughly 2 to 3% slip. That's pretty dang good if you ask me, especially in snow. Okay, I actually got my drone with me today. I've never flown my drone in a snowstorm before, but it's the wind's not too strong. I want to try it. I think it'll look really good. footage freaking awesome or what? The most amazing part is that the drone doesn't have a drop of water on it. The propellers must just create enough vortex around this thing that it stayed perfectly dry. I'm gonna do that more often. I'm so giddy today. This is so much fun. I don't know what this means for the rest of the tillage for the rest of the year, because we got a lot left. Us and everyone around us has a lot of tillage left to do. So, what that means for tomorrow and every other day, I don't know. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need, and I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. Can Mariah Carey copyright infringe me? I mean, technically she did a cover. I don't know. I guess I'll see if YouTube pays me for this or not. It's literally snowing, and it's cold, and it's windy. The seagulls are still back there. I thought those things, like, I don't know, they just seem like a warm weather bird to me. I mean, I guess they probably don't migrate or anything, but I wasn't expecting that. He looks cold. I found a rock, maybe? Well, actually, I broke a rock. Maybe it's a second runestone. Ouch. Well, that's a bad idea. Oh, my hands are cold. Well, the very back discs on this ripper are starting to build up a bit. We're not running the rolling basket. We left that down for, we put it in float for like a round, and it was starting to build up, and rolling baskets are terrible to get mud out of. So I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to go, but looking at my map here, I'm catching up to where my brother left off the other day. So I think once I finish to where he's gotten, this field is kind of like an L shape, and the bottom of the L is just a square 40. So once I get done with this 40, which, you know, is just whatever's left here, I think I'm going to call it for the day. Ripping. I mean, obviously the video's going to keep going on. We have more stuff to do, but I just don't think it's going to work that much longer. Yeah, this is going to look kind of funny because this has already been dug right here, but the snow you can barely even tell. So I'm going to leave a nice 18-foot gap between two passes, and all the neighbors are going to think we're crazy. That's okay. Probably already do with all the weird stuff we do compared to everyone else around here. You know, like planting peas or doing organic or planting oats and rye. Just all this stuff that we do that no one else around here does, and that I have never seen in my entire life until we did it. And there we go. I'm gonna call it for now. We are running the 6000 RTK on this tractor rather than the Agri GPS at the moment, because all my Agri GPS receivers are being lent out to neighbors, except for one, and I'm using that one currently to make new boundaries for next year. So we get the 6000 RTK on this thing, and it is not right at all. It's like I'm having to shift it like 2 foot sometimes. You turn around and it's just like way off, or you make strips, you come back and like one strip was like 25 foot wide, the next is 18. So it's just doing funky things I should not be doing. So I got our AMS guy from the dealership. He's gonna stop by in a bit. He's gonna throw some software on the 6000 and see if we can't get it figured out. I mean, I don't really care too much anyways. I think we're gonna get rid of all of our 6000s and just go straight to Agri GPS next year. But yeah, the front set of discs are very clean. And then you get to the second set, and they're not bad. There's some buildup on them. This one has some buildup on it. This one is, yeah, there's some buildup on it. But all in all, the front looks pretty good. It's when you get to the back here, all these blades have a lot of buildup on them, and I don't think they're really doing too much. Are all of our shear pins still in? Shear bolts? Looks like it. Looks like we're good there. Honestly, if it wasn't for these back discs building up, which, I mean, I don't really know how big of a deal they are. I mean, it looked like it was doing a good job, but I mean, like, especially like, look at that one right there. If it wasn't for that, it'd be working absolutely gorgeous, but its back discs are just, yeah. And then the end discs on each side are building up too. So a couple days have gone by and the snow is gone. As you can see, I'm walking on some green grass here, for now anyways. But as many of you guys know, I'm an Agri GPS dealer, so I sell like the bridges to go in like Case IH or Fendt or Challenger or whatever, Kloss combines to run John Deere displays and monitors and receivers. But I also sell the Agri GPS CRG, which is a John Deere compatible receiver that just plugs right into the tractor and you can use it right on the John Deere displays. It's awesome. And I've been using my own base station, so that way I can match up our old John Deere RTK and our new Agri GPS CRGs, which use the Coors Network RTK. Now they didn't line up close enough for us to use AutoPath, so I put up my own base station right there on top of my parents' shed here this last year. And that's what we've been using because we planted everything with John Deere RTK, and then we came back and we sprayed and we cultivated and we combined with the Agri GPS CRGs. Now that the season's over and from now on we're going to be doing everything with CRGs for the most part, I'm going to change this a little bit. So this base station actually has a built-in battery. It's the same one I sell on my website, and I've sold to a couple of you guys, especially the guys in South Dakota. They really like these because there's no Coors Network in South Dakota. But that one's going to work really good for tiling once we get tiling because it's built-in battery. You just got to throw it on a tripod, put a SIM card in it, and you're good to go. So I want to have my own base station here though still, because it's nice to have a little bit of redundancy, and then for my customers that buy CRGs from me in the area, they will also be able to have my base station as a backup. So I actually went online and I learned how to build my own. It was either a comment in a YouTube video that one of you guys put out, or it was a comment on one of my TikToks. One of you guys shared it with me and I thought it was a great idea. So I went and I built my own base station, and we are going to replace this EMLID base station today with the one that I built, so that way we can use that one for tiling. We gotta run this, I don't remember if it's 100 foot. I got this like 100-foot Ethernet cable, and we gotta run it from here, and then I think just gonna put it all along there.
Does running next to that one hurt anything?
No, but just put it up, just zip tie it to the conduit all the way across into the other part.
Okay. And
then I'll just like zip tie it to the rafters.
Okay, you've got a pallet?
Yep, right here. Let's see if I go straight up like this. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Oh, once I get it on top, I hope I don't need that many. Probably need a lot, ain't I? Well, as long as we get it strung over there and set up, we can always come back.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't spend a lot of time now. So you run out of staples.
I'll get it nice and tidy up here, and maybe just let it hang over there for now. So, for the new base station, this is all that it is. Little Orange Pi computer. This is a power over Ethernet to like a power cord adapter, little GPS receiver, and then sorry, that last thing was not the GPS receiver. That was like GPS encoder. This is a GPS receiver I'm gonna be putting on top of the roof. I have a full parts list for everything I have down in the description. It's the link to the website that I found where I found the parts list, and then like the instructions on how to do it. So basically all I need to do is get that Ethernet cable that I strung plugged into this. I am sending the power over that Ethernet cable from the other part of the shop, so this will separate that into Ethernet and power, and then I just gotta connect to it via my laptop, set it up, and should have a working base station. And this is just a little box of 3D printed. I don't know, with the limited amount of time, that's what I came up with. If I remember right, we can't get me high enough here. Oh, maybe.
Not high enough?
Well, we're high enough to cut the zip ties. Let me cut these zip ties off. Okay. The power button on this thing. Oh, a bird pooped on it. Nice. Right there. I mean, this thing's been outside in like 4 and 5 inch rains through snow. It's a pretty awesome little unit. And they are available on the website. So if you live in an area without a cores network or you want redundancy, RTK, pretty awesome little solution. Or if you tile, the portable or the built-in battery in this thing makes a lot of sense. I hope no one's connected to this thing right now because their line is all over the place. How does this work? That pull, oh, that's, okay. So, yep, see, it's still turned on. Don't need that cable anymore. So now I got 2 options. I can either magnet mount this thing or I can bolt mount it. I want to try magnet mounting it first. See how it does. I don't want this M-lid to roll down the... Like, what would literally happen if I just did that? I don't see why it wouldn't work. Oh, there we go. Actually, the magnet's really strong. Like, I don't think weather's gonna take that anywhere. Okay. You're gonna need to back up a little bit and go up. All right, there you go, up. Thank you. Okay. Should work. You can probably shut it off if you want. So, my plan is drill a couple small holes through this. Let's see, which direction does this need to go? This direction. Like one there and one there. I don't know how level this is going to be, but we're going to go for it. Okay, I'm just worried about plugging this in and it working like it did a month ago last time I tested it. Why can't I designed this hole for this to fit through and now it won't fit through?
in there. What are you even caught on? Okay. And it lit up. Doesn't mean much yet, but it lit up. I just gotta zip tie these somewhere and go to the computer after I put my lid back on. Oh, I gotta put this cover on, and then I can come down. Well, there we go. That actually looks pretty good. Probably can't see much.
Can't see nothing.
All right, cool.
Okay, well, a little bit of time has gone by, but I got it up and running. So I don't want to show them the whole screen here, but here's all the satellites that I'm connected to. I don't know what that means, but there's quite a few of them on there. Here's the distance between where I told it is and where it thinks it is. Now this is really, really zoomed in, so not worried about that. If I go over here to settings, my main service is on, my end trip is on, so that means it is sending a correction signal. I haven't got outside to try it, but theoretically, I type this into my Ag GPS and it'll work. So, yeah, super cool. Saved a lot of money doing it this way, and it was a fun process. So I'll leave the link to how to build this and everything in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.